What's going on? Flatline Blades, brand spanking new. Kansept link. Front flipper, studs. Got a nice, good groove, slot, hole, whatever you want to call it. It's 20 CV. It's a frame lock. Kansept themselves don't even have it right now. Somehow Blade HQ got them before anybody. So anyway, quick size comparison, N Plus Corvid, the Tuckamore, the Link, and the Prometheus. It's the same one for Kansept or their new brand, the Tenable, which this is what this is. Appreciate Kansept for sending me this. Apologies for the delay for the giveaway, but we're doing several giveaways through Blade Traders this week. I'll go ahead and get this stuff out the way. I think these two look pretty sick together. The new Link and the Tuckamore. All right. So it's a Link. It's a 3-inch blade. Everything is, it's black wash, 20 CV. This one's got the green micarta triple stripe knives, making sure I was seeing that correctly. Basically every Kansept I've ever had comes with a little pouch, and it has a microfiber cleaning cloth and some kind of little warranty thing. Some of them come with a little pamphlet that shows a couple of different knives. So let's get to the main event. This thing's pretty cool. It's slightly smaller than maybe I would like it to be, but I knew it wasn't a big knife. There was a discrepancy. Blade HQ's website said it was 3.55 with 7.25 overall, and Kansept website said 3-inch blade with 7.15 overall. So I knew something wasn't right. Kansept did answer me though and said that their info was right and it was a 3-inch blade. So it's kind of like a harpoon. It also takes an abrupt turn right here. So it's definitely not a Tonto, but I don't know. I'm sure somebody would probably call it something out there. The blade grind is nice. It's nice and thin down here. It still has a little bit of thickness to the overall blade at the spine. So you got studs, you got slot, you got the front flipper. It's just big enough to still get my whole hand in there, and all 4 fingers are on. It does have a finger choil to choke up some. To be honest about that, it's not a complete circle, and what I mean by that is when I really actually try to choke up and get in there, it's actually stabbing my finger a little bit. It's just the very end piece though, and that's only when I'm trying to put my whole meat up there, you know. Because if I'm choking up and it's down here kind of thing, then it's fine. Anyway, I've only had the knife 24 hours, give or take. But with it being so new, I'm always so late on new knives, and there's already dozens of videos made on them. So I said, screw it. I'm gonna go ahead and make a review for a knife that's pretty brand new. When I saw that it was actually available at Blade HQ, the first one was already out of stock. The second one that made me think about getting one ended up disappearing before the time I actually pulled the trigger. So it is what it is. Since I have a couple of other green Kansepts, it was not that big of a deal. When out of the box, it was stiff. I feel like the action's already gotten better in 24 hours. So yeah, I mean, I like it. I like it. Just like always, I'll put the real info from the website on there, but it's damn near right at, let's see, it looks can be deceiving because it's sticking up right there. I look on camera and it looks easily like it's over 7 inches, but in reality, when I'm looking at it in front of me, it's pretty much right at 7 inches. It is a 3-inch blade. It's a touch less than 3-inch cutting edge. My scale has not been showing up on camera, but hey, why not? Just go ahead and do it for shits and giggles. Got 3.95. The stud's kind of black. Let me make sure I'm getting a good read on it here. Looks like 0.12. Be about 3.1 millimeters. It's probably 3 dead even. I just had it slightly cockeyed. So yeah, for one day of break-in and playing with, the action has definitely gotten better. I wouldn't necessarily call it drop shut, but launching it has become better and smoother. I put a little bit of some heavy stuff on the detent ball itself. I've cleaned it up. What's funny is I got this yesterday as well, the Kansept low key. What's interesting is this one seems super dry, like virtually nothing going on lube wise, while this one was overly lubed and literally had lube all over the blade. And after I'd cleaned it off, opened it and closed it several times, there was still lube coming out. It's still a little wet back there, but anyway, it's not that big of a deal. I may take this apart and clean it up and put some lube in there myself. So it's got this long back spacer, but it's also got a spot for a lanyard, if that's your thing. The clip basically goes all the way to the bottom, so only maybe 5% of it is sticking out. I don't know, maybe 8. I'm being stupid trying to put a number on it. So the combination of it being kind of fidgety, multiple deployment options, it has broken in a lot in just one day, so I'm assuming it's going to keep getting better and smoother. I mean, I think this thing would be really sexy if it was all tie, all black. I'm considering my options. I might dye the scale. So here's something else I want to get into. Lock bar access. I mean, it's not sticking up any at all. Difference. There's also a very small little spot that's, I'm not saying stabbing me like I'm a baby, but you can feel a little something. Anyway, so as far as lock bar access, it is slightly small right there. It does have, you know, it's milled in to be able to get your finger in there a little easier. But with it being no difference in height, it's just one of those ones where you kind of have to shove it over a little bit more than you would like to. There's another knife that's like that I have right now, but it's a lot easier to move the lock bar over. So this one feels pretty stiff and it doesn't want to move much. But I haven't had any problems with it either. A day in, I like it. It's pretty nice and fidgety. I'm simply saying I think it would be a really awesome knife if it was tie. There was a tie option. That's one of the ones that sold out before I pulled the trigger on it. I just didn't necessarily like it had Damascus blue hardware, but a Damascus clip. I'm okay with Damascus clip and backspacer or hardware, or maybe a Damascus blade if it's done right or if it's good stuff, but I don't necessarily like the Damascus clip and the Damascus blade together on the same knife. That's just me. Anyway, somehow I'm already at 11 minutes on this knife. So overall, I like it. I'll put my scores up like I always do.